Hey there, nerds. Jimmy Palmquist here, and we're having a little drive time chat talking about Batman. So news came down yesterday that looks like Ben Affleck is going to direct a solo Batman flick, which I have to believe was at least in the works back when he agreed to be Batman, because it's a risky move on everybody's part. But let's be honest, Ben has been focusing on a lot of directing and taking that step, and he's done a really good job with what he's done so far. So I gotta believe, to commit to a huge franchise like that, multiple films as an actor, that this was sort of a hey guys, if I do this as Batman, I really would like to direct the film. I'll be honest, I thought when he was originally cast for Dawn of Justice that I would have more confidence in him as a director than an actor. And that's not saying I don't think he can be Batman. I think that needs to be proven, and he'll show us one way or the other. But I think his skills as a director have really just shown almost from the start. But with films like The Town and Argo, I really think he's done a fantastic job as a director. Those are great movies. The pacing, the action, the acting itself is just really good. Ironically, sort of the weak parts of those films are his acting, because it's very stoic, very even almost throughout. And I'm not knocking him as an actor, because there are a lot of films he's done that I really enjoy. I just hope that he can translate to Batman, and ironically Batman is very stoic most of the time, so okay, he can do it. The part that kind of got me, and again, I'm not knocking the writers, I'm just bringing up a point that, man, I wish it had been this way, is Jeff Johns is going to write the screenplay with Ben Affleck. Now, again, Ben has worked on his own films, cool. He's had an amazing, or he has access to an amazing comic book mind writer in Kevin Smith, if he reaches out that way, and he's obviously worked with him before, and I know it's been a while, but the one thing that gets me with Jeff Johns is I really think Scott Snyder needs to be involved. I love Scott Snyder. I think his writing on Batman over the last 3 or 4 years has been phenomenal. He just knocks it out of the park, and he understands Batman like no one else. And that's not saying Jeff Johns doesn't. And it's hard for me to say this about Jeff Johns, because he had a phenomenal run on Green Lantern. He does a great job with Justice League. I thought his start on Aquaman at the New 52 was just amazing. So it's hard for me to say this about taking on Batman. But when I first heard Jeff Johns, and I'm like, oh man, I wish it was Scott Snyder in there. So that's the weird thing. Yes, I know it's a geeky, nerdy mind that's coming up with these things, uber fanboy, but that's the one thing where I was like, oh wow, yeah, Ben Affleck is the actor, okay. Ben Affleck is the director, cool, I think he can do a great job. Jeff Johns, oh dude, really wish it was Scott Snyder. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'm curious to see how they're going to pull it off. I will say, I'm glad it's not Zack Snyder, and I'm not knocking Zack Snyder. I just feel like he made an amazing movie in Dawn of the Dead remake. I thought that was great, one of the better horror remakes we've ever seen. I thought he did a great job with Watchmen. I know I'm one of the lone nerd boys that actually enjoyed that. I liked it more than the comic book. Yeah, I know, crucify me, get over it, whatever. I just feel like the more power he's given and the more decision-making he's been given, we've gone downhill. Like Man of Steel had some great moments, but at the same time, it had a lot of moments that were pure Zack Snyder. And then when they essentially handed over the format or the template for the Justice League and the Dawn of Justice and the Warner Brothers DC slate of heroes, and now he's making a ton of decisions, it really makes me nervous, because I want less of what Zack Snyder does or thinks is good, because those are the moments that seem to be the bad ones in like Man of Steel. So we'll see. I'm glad we're getting another director in here, getting a different viewpoint. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below.